Hey there, guys. How's it going? So, I just got done watching the Kash Farooq Lee McGregor fight. This was a unification for the British and Commonwealth titles. Lee McGregor defeats Kash Farooq on a split decision. This was a great fight, man. And I have to give huge credit to both guys for their performance. Outstanding. I mean, usually when you get two undefeated contenders who are at the early part of their career in the ring against each other, it usually turns out to be a great fight. And this one was no exception. Lee McGregor, Kash Farooq, both guys were chin checked, both guys were hurt, both guys were, in a place that they've never been to in their careers, where they've really had to show what they were made of, and really had to dig deep. And yeah, ultimately Lee McGregor came out on top, but it was a great fight. It was a little bit ugly here and there. It was scrappy here and there, but for the most part, it was clean. It was just a great fight. I was watching it on BBC Scotland, man. Really, really good fight. Going into the fight now, I was supposed to do a prediction for this fight. However, I never got round to doing it. But I did say in several comments of other videos that I favour Lee McGregor by a close decision. Now, a few people online, from what I've just briefly seen, I haven't seen a lot of people's opinions, but a few people are calling the fight a robbery. Let me just be totally honest with you guys. This fight wasn't a robbery, okay? I think people are going to look back at this fight and they're going to realise what the judges were looking at. At the beginning of the fight, this is how I saw it. So Lee McGregor, I thought, clearly wins the first round. Then in the second round, I felt that Kash Farooq upped the pace a little bit, and Lee McGregor's his defences were all over the place, and Kash Farooq was seeming to just edge forward and just edge Lee McGregor out for the next 4 or 5 rounds. He started to take over the fight, but then by the midway point, I think it must have been by about the sixth or seventh round, I felt that something in Lee McGregor changed. I think what happened is he opened a cut, because there was two cuts in this fight. Kash Farooq had a cut below his right eye and a cut above his left eye. And I think that once Lee McGregor saw that, when he saw the blood, it kind of, energized him a little bit. And at the start of each round, he was getting up and he was raring to go. Whereas Kash Farooq, to me, completely fell apart. Like, he was still throwing punches, but defensively, he was completely out of it. And by the end of the fight, Kash Farooq took a beating. I mean, in that 12th round, there was a moment in that 12th round where I thought that he maybe was going to get stopped because he was just taking consecutive punches. He was taking uppercuts, he was taking overhand rights, he was being pushed back by McGregor. He was trying to get McGregor in a headlock, and it just wasn't working. Like, there was a moment in the fight where he grabbed hold of McGregor and tried to headlock him, but then McGregor tackled him to the floor and threw him through the ropes. And yeah, Kash Farooq was on his back, like hanging out of the ropes. That was quite funny, but yeah, it was a good fight, man. Kash Farooq certainly showed one heck of a chin. Like, he's got a amazing chin. The punches that he took, but he doesn't have great defense. The commentators were making a big fuss about him slipping and sliding, doing all that Tyson Fury shit, but that isn't defense, okay? Because you're still getting caught. He was still getting caught with Lee McGregor's jab all night, whenever Lee McGregor would throw it out, because he kind of abandoned the jab in the second and third round. But when he got back onto the jab, he was landing it non-stop. And I don't think Kash Farooq defensively is that good, if I'm being honest. I think his defense has been overhyped. Lee McGregor's defense, on the other hand, was very good. I mean, he wasn't cut. He wasn't damaged in the fight. He was actually very good at taking away Kash Farooq's power. Kash Farooq's, most successful spells in this fight were to the body. Lee McGregor can be hit to the body quite easily, but if you look at the two guys, Kash Farooq is fundamentally the better fighter. Keeps his hands up, moves his head, but for some reason he gets hit more than Lee McGregor. I'll tell you why that is. It's experience, it's skill. Lee McGregor has had so many, amateur fights where he's sort of honed his craft, and he, to me, just has the better, boxing IQ, the better technical skills. That's why he didn't get hit cleanly like Kash Farooq did. And that's why Kash Farooq had two cuts and a busted up face. And by the end of the round, looked as if, at the end of the 12th round, looked as if he'd been in a car crash, looked as if he was going to get stopped. Lee McGregor, there was no point in the fight where you thought Lee McGregor would get stopped. So I thought it was the right decision. I think Lee McGregor won the fight. And yeah, I was rooting for Lee McGregor, don't get me wrong, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be biased. I thought he won the fight. I thought it was a combination of the damage he did and the effectiveness of what he did. The commentators, Alex Arthur and the other one, that they were being a bit overly complimentary to Kash Farooq. Kash Farooq wasn't really doing any damage in this fight. He was effective with the body shots and a couple of like borderline shots, but he wasn't really landing like big eye-catching shots to the head. A couple of them were eye-catching, but was Lee McGregor hurt at any point? No, he wasn't. So I don't think this was a robbery. I think Lee McGregor was the right winner. He's the British and Commonwealth champion now, and I would love to see a rematch because it was a fun fight. But in a rematch, I make McGregor a comfortable favourite in the rematch, and I think he would win the rematch by a wider margin, if I'm being honest. So let me know what you guys think. Anyway, great fight. God bless both guys, man. And yeah, God bless to you guys. Thanks for watching. Yeah, see you guys later.